The other day I made a video of issues that have been growing in Classic which have been yet to be solved, and in many cases I did not expect them to be solved. Shortly after, as things tend to go when I make a video, Blizzard drops a blue post saying they are going to do something which, well, it doesn't exactly look pretty, but I don't see a Classic where this isn't the correct thing to do. And I know the title of the video looks ridiculous, surely not half of all realms are getting deleted, but that's true, it's actually a little bit over half of the realms. Across Western servers, there are currently 84 realms total. After August 9th, 43 of them will be closed permanently. Let's go over the news, what's happening, and why this means quite a bit more than meets the eye. First, I want to do another shout out to Instant Gaming for the continued support on the channel. Don't wait for discounts to appear on Steam or other platforms, give Instant Gaming a look instead. Find the game you're after, buy a code, apply the code on whichever platform that you need to, download the game, and you are ready to go. It is that easy. Get great games, save money, what's not to like? You can check out the link below to help support the channel. And by entering the giveaway in the description down below, you can win a game of your choice. Thanks again to Instant Gaming for the sponsor. Let's talk WoW. They say to maintain healthy populations for BC Classic realms, we've regularly reviewed the realm populations and offered free character transfers from realms that dropped a low population. Well, that's about all they've done since they began free transfers around the start of Phase 2, way back during Classic. And so rarely has it done anything effective. Blizzard of course want the very low population realms to go to the mid population realms, only for shortly after inevitably the mid population realms then also become low population realms because everybody keeps leaving to go to the really big servers. They go on to say, we've made the decision to retire some BC Classic realms and consolidate their remaining players onto other realms that have higher populations. We plan to perform this realm consolidation and retire the following realms with weekly maintenance the week of August 9th. Well, you can't say they aren't giving you plenty of advance warning here. That's a solid gap from where we are at the moment. And I reckon it's such a long time because, well, Blizzard has never done anything like this ever. On retail, there are dozens upon dozens of graveyard servers, but sharding tech keeps them feeling more alive through putting players on overcrowded servers there virtually so they can effectively balance the number of players who are in any zone at any given time. What this different approach shows in Classic is first and foremost that despite it being a late decision to consolidate servers, it's one that indicates Blizzard is committed to doing things differently the second time around. It's a start, but it's a move in a new direction to begin to work on issues that World of Warcraft's format in how the game is made up inevitably runs into. You know what these things are now, the servers, faction balance, and so on. Here are the servers that are due to be closed. We'll have EU on the left and NA on the right. There are so many servers here that had a decent population, even up to TBC launching and midway through TBC. I remember from Europe, particularly Shazra, I nearly rolled there on launch. The guild I was with at the time though ended up choosing Gehennas instead, which is 100% Horde now, so I would have left anyways. Flamelash has finally died its final death. That was the first real faction Exodus server we saw from Phase 2. What a time to play the game that was. Over on NA, Scarab was your version of Flamelash. There was that one Alliance guild that stuck it out and ended up clearing all the content though, if I remember right. I know people who have played on Thunder Fury and Netherwind, and Incendious has been one hell of a ride. It used to be one of the largest servers in the world during Classic, and now it's getting closed. I bet many of you guys will have your own stories or memories from playing on some of these servers, but in a little while they will all be gone. The blue post then goes on to say, what this means is that all of the BC Classic realms listed above will be retired and will no longer be accessible after August 9th. All player characters remaining on these realms will be automatically moved to new destination realms. We will post a full list of retiring realms and their destinations soon. Player characters that are automatically moved during the realm consolidation on August 9th may be unavailable for up to 2 weeks thereafter. So I went and checked a number of these realms. I would imagine this will apply to all of them, but they're already on the free transfer list and you can pick a destination realm in advance now if you want to. So I'd assume when they do it automatically, it'll be one of these. They aren't going to transfer you to Firemaw or Benediction for free, I can tell you that much right now. The whole character being unavailable for 2 week thing feels like it's different doing scaling stuff on live compared to a test environment. Who knows what could go wrong. There will also of course be a chance you lose your name if you are force transferred. It is what it is. Your name will be some random combination of numbers and letters, and you'll have to pick a new one before you can log in, because they aren't connecting servers, so don't expect to be given a choice of having your name plus your server, because, well, your server won't exist anymore if you've been force transferred. Overall, a good thing, something that needed to happen, and honestly, it's not actively going to affect all that many people. At the same time, there is a reason this needed to happen, which isn't about to go away anytime soon if World of Warcraft's server format stays the same. And that's the bit where, well, I don't know what they can possibly do about it. Are we just going to end up with about 2 to 4 relevant servers per region eventually? It's the way it's going at the moment. But wait, there's more, and this news will impact everybody, again in a good way, I think. They say, in the coming weeks we plan to remove the restriction on transfers from normal to PvP realms in BC Classic. We will remove the rule on PvP realms that prevents players from having characters in both factions on the same PvP realm in BC Classic. This will happen much sooner than August in the coming weeks, they say. This means you can transfer, paid or free, from PvE servers to PvP servers, and you'll be able to create both faction characters on the same PvP server, which makes the decision to not allow paid faction transfers even stranger, if I'm honest. The reason Blizzard had these rules in place originally was A, leveling on a PvP server was seen as a greater challenge with PvP thrown into the mix. Blizzard didn't want people leveling on PvE, transferring to PvP, and then going to gank lobbies. But hey, with the number of somewhat balanced PvP servers that exist now, not too much of a concern anymore. And B, having both factions on the same server would easily allow cross-faction collusion, which again, old Blizzard didn't like. These days we have Discord, and it feels like every other person has 2 accounts for some reason, so I guess that's not much of an issue anymore either. These to me feel like some real dinosaur arbitrary rules, and I think the game is overall better without them. In fact, I'm not entirely sure which way things are going to go with this. I know loads of people who don't like PvP servers, but they never wanted to transfer to PvE because then they are stuck on only PvE realms, which will limit your character super hard. But by now there are plenty of PvP servers that might as well be PvE. On the other hand, the PvE servers have always been smaller overall. Now you can go and join a mega server. Are PvE servers just gonna disappear within the next year? If I look at my server, Pyrewood Village, where I'm on the Alliance side, there's a pretty good Alliance population, and I'd say it's always been pretty steady. For the Horde though, where they're about 20 to 25% of the player base, surely that group of players is going to end up on Gehenna sooner rather than later. Maybe the PvE long-term players are just used to how things are now. Anyways, you will soon be able to transfer wherever you want and have both factions on the same PvP server. Good for players? I'd say so, yes. Good for Blizzard's wallet? You better believe it. These changes also happened around Wrath of the Lich King on the retail timeline as well, so it's not unreasonable to see this happening now for Classic. So then, August 9th, your character is going to be force moved if it's on one of those servers, a 2-week potential you cannot play your character period. Of course, this kind of big maintenance makes sense to do before something major like, say, I don't know, an expansion, or even a pre-patch. Imagine coming back for a pre-patch and you literally cannot play your character. With this news in mind, a pre-patch late August or early September is looking more and more likely. And if that pre-patch is a month long, a late September, early October launch for Wrath of the Lich King Classic does not seem unreasonable at all. And I keep hearing from other people saying they reckon the beta isn't too far off either. In fact, looking way back, I got an invite to the TBC beta on March 24th, and that ended up launching June 1st. I don't think the turnaround period is going to be nearly that fast this time around, but things are gradually moving on. We may even see some Sunwell nerfs within the space of the next few weeks as well, because its clear rate is still on the low end compared to other raids. That's all the news though, a very interesting blue post to cover, and one I did not expect to be getting anytime soon. Let me know your thoughts on it all, whether you're going to be affected by this or whether you're going to change your server in light of the news. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and listening in, and I shall see you all in the next one very soon.